Hello everybody, what is going on? Voodoo51292 here, and welcome to a channel update. This is for the week of Monday, February the 18th through Sunday, February 24th of 2013. And if I look or sound absolutely exhausted, it's because I am. I only got like 4 hours of sleep last night, and it's after 10 o'clock already here at night. I'm just going to film this video and basically crash because I'm exhausted, but I really wanted to get this video out in a timely manner this week because I know that you guys haven't heard from me in a while. I did last week's channel update and you really haven't heard anything from me except a few videos of Dead Space 3 that I uploaded earlier today because I'm filming this on Monday. And this is going to be a jam-packed channel update, a lot of information to give to you guys, so I wanted to make sure I got this out before I went to bed. So you will be seeing this on a Tuesday when I upload it. But in short, what happened last week was, as I told you in my last channel update, I got sick again, and like I've been basically not 100% healthy since the middle of December when I had my surgery for my teeth, right when I got out of last semester, and then when I healed up from that, I've been getting sick constantly ever since then. So this was just the latest round of it, and really in last channel update I made some promises that I would be doing some videos last week because I should have been, I should heal up by that point, but and actually when I filmed that channel update I was starting to feel better, and I really was getting better over the course of the week, and then all of a sudden it hit me again and I went from feeling better to back down to being really sick, and finally just now I'm coming out of the other side, and I really pray that this is it for a while and that I stay healthy. So that's why I planned on doing stuff last week and didn't do it, because I was feeling better and then I got hit with it again and got sick again. I'm still not 100% healthy, but I'm saying I'm probably about 90 to 95%. So I'm almost there, and I should be healthy in the next couple of days, assuming that I don't get hit by the plague or get struck by lightning or whatever. So in short, that's what happened. Now, because of this sickness and the delay, unfortunately, Dead Space 3, the co-op playthrough I've been doing with Dave, was delayed for a couple of weeks while I got over this illness. But as I said, I'm feeling better, so what Dave and I did is we sat down yesterday on Sunday, and we played a good 3.5 to 4 hours of it, did another real good session. So I actually have up to part 50 of Dead Space 3 filmed and on my computer. I only have up to part 32 uploaded. I was planning on uploading a good chunk of it today, but today was one of the bad internet days at school. They have good days and bad days. Some days, the good days, I can upload a video in as little as 2 minutes for a 10 to 15 minute 1080p video. So yeah, on the good days it's really good. Today, for whatever reason, videos were taking me upwards of 20 minutes to upload, so I only got a few out today. I don't know why some days it's that much faster than other days, but today was a slow day. So my hope is that tomorrow, on Tuesday, I will be able to upload. Hopefully it'll be a good day, and I'll be able to upload a good chunk more of Dead Space 3 to try to get close to being caught up with it as far as where we are. And of course, Dead Space 3 is an ongoing playthrough. To touch on the past couple weeks, games that have been coming out that I was looking at doing, obviously not doing because I was sick and pushed Dead Space 3 back, but Aliens Colonial Marines, that came out last week. I wasn't planning on doing a filmed playthrough of that game anyway, and it's a good thing I didn't, because apparently from all reports the game sucks. So I'm glad that, I was never really thinking about doing a playthrough of that game. This week is Crysis 3's release that I was thinking about doing. That game I was going to be doing more for kicks than anything else, because if you've been a long-time viewer of me, you'll remember Crysis 2 was one of the first games I ever did a full playthrough of here on YouTube. I really didn't like the game at all. I really had a lot of problems with it, although most people really liked it. I really hated it, had a lot of problems with it. So I was potentially gonna do a playthrough of Crysis 3 if I was done Dead Space 3, kind of as a funny thing to kind of play the game and not take it seriously like I did the first Crysis 2, and kind of make fun of it and joke around if it was as bad as the last one, or maybe possibly be pleasantly surprised if they made the game a lot better for Crysis 3. But because of what happened and because Dead Space 3 has been pushed, Crysis 3 obviously isn't going to happen this week. I'm not saying that I'm never going to do the game either way, because if I hear it's bad, it might be funny to do a playthrough of it anyway. If it's good, then it'll be worth a playthrough anyway. So I'm not saying that I'll never do Crysis 3, because there's plenty of downtime this year. Actually, it's not as jam-packed with big games as I thought it was going to be. So Crysis 3 still a possibility, just not this week. Dead Space 3 is going to continue. The next games that I'm really looking at doing aren't until March. March 5th is the release of Tomb Raider, so that's really the next game I have on my radar to do. So Dave and I have plenty of time to kind of finish up with Dead Space 3. So that playthrough will be ongoing. I assume we're going to be playing more of it this week. Actually, during my time being sick, I was able to really play a lot of Mass Effect, the Mass Effect series, which is, I've been ongoing playing it, but I really got into Mass Effect 2 a couple of weeks ago, and during this time I've been sick. I've basically plowed through Mass Effect 2 and beat it. Definitely one of my favorite games of all time that I've ever played. I was addicted to it. I couldn't put it down. I loved it. I thought Mass Effect 2 was a tremendous game. It was awesome. So I beat that, and then actually for Valentine's Day, my girlfriend got me a copy of Mass Effect 3. And so when I beat Mass Effect 2, I started playing Mass Effect 3, and I'm like 10 hours into Mass Effect 3 now, and I'm really enjoying that a lot. So during the time I was sick and couldn't do film playthroughs, I did do a lot of gaming in the Mass Effect series, and I'm really enjoying it, just to let you know what I've been up to while I've been sick. But, so yeah, that was a lot of fun. The Dead Space 3 will be an ongoing playthrough. Again, this is almost comical at this point, but as far as the special announcement video is going, again, right now, my plan is to film it tomorrow, because I told you in the last channel update my plan was to film it basically as soon as I got healthy, or healthy enough to do it, which I am now. But like I said, tonight I'm so exhausted. I actually have a test tomorrow that I really should review a little bit more before I go to bed. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I can't get it done tonight. But I am going to get it done. The plan right now is tomorrow, because I have this test tomorrow, and basically that's kind of it for this week. This week is kind of an easy week for me as far as school goes. I just have to take care of this test tomorrow, and then I'm kind of free. So the plan right now, again, as long as I don't get the Black Death overnight, is to film the special update video tomorrow and upload that on Wednesday, is my plan. I actually have plans for these kind of vlog style videos for the next few days. This video on Tuesday, the special announcement video on Wednesday, and another thing I want to talk about, something big that's going on Wednesday, is that Sony is making that big announcement about the PlayStation on Sony. Why did I just say that? They're making a big announcement on PlayStation on Wednesday. I don't know why I just said on Sony, but on Wednesday they're making that announcement about the PlayStation. Many people believe that it's going to be about the PlayStation 4. Very unclear right now. Number one, if that's what they're announcing, I would have to assume it would be. But it's very unclear how much they're actually going to announce. Are they going to, actually show the console? Are they going to show prototypes? Are they going to talk about specs? Are they simply just going to say, we're announcing that the PlayStation 4 will be revealed at E3? Because that could very likely happen, where they get up and say, apparently I just read 1,200 people are supposed to be at this event, and I wouldn't put it past Sony to have 1,200 people show up to this thing and come out on stage and say, good news, we're making PlayStation 4, expect it at E3, and then walk the hell off stage. It could very well happen. But bottom line is, if they do, make any kind of big announcement, if it's any more than just, we're unveiling it at E3, if they actually show off the PlayStation 4, if they actually talk about it on Wednesday, my plan is to make a Voodoo's Thoughts video about it, which would be released either Thursday or Friday, depending on when I have time to do it. But that's what I'd like to do. Now, if the announcement sucks, if there's really not that much information, then I'm not going to bother. But if it's a big announcement, if there's substantial information that they give out, I will be doing a Voodoo's Thoughts on that, which you could expect later this week. So I guess that's... I'm trying to think, is there anything else I want to talk about? It seems like there should be other stuff I want to talk about. The only other thing I can think to talk about is that I'm kind of in a dilemma right now. Let me check my time. I gotta keep these videos under 23 minutes. Oh, I got plenty of time. It's only... Really? Wow, I kept this a lot. I've been doing really well with keeping these videos really short. I thought this was going to be a really long video, and it's only 10 minutes. But the only other thing... Oh, there's a couple other things I guess I can think to talk about. Number one, the fan mail series that I was planning on doing is dead. Officially, it's dead. I've gotten 2 questions, and it's been like a month. So, obviously, nobody has questions that they want to ask me because they're not sending them. So, the 2 people who sent me questions, I might either just send you a mailed response back, or on my next channel update or something, I'll probably address those couple of questions because they're interesting questions worth talking about. They're the only 2 I've ever gotten since I've talked about this. So, for now, the fan mail series is obviously dead. Until something else, until people start sending me. You're still more than welcome to send me messages, and if I do get messages, I will make a fan mail series, but I'm not going to promote it anymore because basically I have been and nothing's been happening. So that's pretty much dead in the water, unfortunately. The only other thing, like I said, is that I'm kind of at a crossroads about the next major game that I want to do a playthrough of, because right now there's obviously 3 big games that I want to do playthroughs of, film playthroughs of in March. You've got Tomb Raider, you've got God of War Ascension, and you've got Bioshock Infinite. Now, Bioshock Infinite is a lock. There's absolutely no question about it. For me, my most anticipated game of the year. Potentially my most... I don't know if I'd go so far to say it's the most anticipated game ever, because honestly the anticipation is kind of worn off because they've been pushing it back so many times that at this point it's like, the anticipation is kind of worn off. But one of my most highly anticipated games ever, because Bioshock is my favorite series of games. Still right now, Mass Effect is actually making a pretty good push for it. I have to beat Mass Effect 3 and then compare the 2, because Mass Effect is such a good series. But for now, Bioshock is my favorite series of games ever. Bioshock Infinite, obviously I'm very excited about. So that's a lock. That's coming out on March the 26th. Possibly the only game I'll actually be purchasing this year. I'm going to go pre-order it this week, actually. So that's a lock. But the other thing is, Tomb Raider comes out March the 5th, and God of War Ascension comes out March the 12th, so 1 week after. And the problem is, since I downgraded my GameFly plan to only have 1 game out at a time so I could save some money, it's absolutely impossible for me to do both games. Because literally what would have to happen is, assuming if I got Tomb Raider that Wednesday on March the 6th, as I usually get games on Wednesdays from GameFly, I would literally have to basically beat the entirety of the game of Tomb Raider on Wednesday night, and then put the game back in the mail on that night to be shipped out on Thursday. And then there's still no guarantee that the game would get back in time for them to send me God of War Ascension the week after, because they'd have to get the game back before Monday, so basically on Saturday, because there's no mail Sundays. So I would have to get Tomb Raider, beat the entire game on Wednesday night, which is of course impossible, because I'm assuming the game is going to be 8 to 10 hours long. And then, even if the game was mailed back out on Thursday, there's no guarantee it would get to GameFly on Saturday anyway. So, I can't play both games on release week. I will be playing both games this year, okay, but I can't play them both on release week. So, my question would be to you all is, which game would you rather see me play? And basically, to give you a little bit of history, I've played God of Wars 1, 2, and 3 on consoles. I didn't play the handheld ones. I played the 1, 2, and 3. Really liked them. Have a lot of history with God of War. I really enjoyed the God of War series. My feelings on it is that it's probably going to be a good game. Could it potentially be a little boring? Yeah, considering that it's the 4th one, and from the looks of it, it looks like the exact same gameplay from the other 3. It doesn't really look that new. There's no real, revealing story elements, I'm going to assume, since it's a prequel anyway. And we already know the story of Kratos. There's also an online component, which I know is going to be a big component of the game, but because I'm renting it and Sony is stupid, it's going to have an online code. I'm going to have to pay $9.99 just to play the multiplayer. But anyway, it's up to you. Now, Tomb Raider is interesting because I've never played a Tomb Raider. However, they're rebooting it, obviously. They're really pushing it. And it comes out first on March the 5th. So I'd be able to play the game sooner. It would give me plenty of time to beat it before the 26th, which is Bioshock Infinite, whereas God of War comes out on the 12th. Yeah, the 12th. And I'd only have 2 weeks to beat it before Bioshock. And with me and, you know, how I get tied up in things, there's a very good chance that 2 weeks may not be enough for me. And, you know, it's new. It's something new. It's kind of a big release this year. You know, it's Tomb Raider, so it's not a brand new thing, but it's kind of a new IP. It's kind of a new, you know, thing because they're rebooting it and it looks like a whole new kind of deal. So, you know, I'm getting a phone call. Hold on, let me check this to make sure that this isn't... Okay. So, those are my two options. Now, I assume that you can tell by the way I presented them that I'm leaning more towards Tomb Raider. Because I think it would be more interesting for me to do at that time. I wouldn't have to pay $9.99 for a multiplayer, at least. I don't actually know if the game has multiplayer, and I don't even know who's making it, to be honest, at this point. I completely forgot. But even if the game does have multiplayer, the campaign is going to be the main focus of the game. It gives me plenty enough time to beat Bioshock. I mean, to beat it before Bioshock, and the gameplay comes out earlier, because the game comes out earlier, and then I'll save God of War probably for later in the year, maybe in May, because right now I actually have nothing coming out in May that I'm even interested in doing a film playthrough of, so maybe God of War Ascension can be in May. But if more people would like to see me do God of War because I have history with the series and because I know what's going on with God of War, I will do it and push Tomb Raider. But, you know, I'm asking, I normally don't get feedback when I ask questions like this. I wish I did, and I hope I do for this so that, you know, I kind of have a direction. But if you're interested and you would like to see me either do Tomb Raider or God of War Ascension first on release week, leave a comment, let me know that. If not, if I don't get a lot of people saying they want to see God of War over Tomb Raider, I'm probably going to do Tomb Raider first. But if people comment and they want to see God of War, I will do it. So that's it for this channel update. Again, I apologize. It's not like I'm having fun not doing content, because I really want to do content. I really wanted to have Dead Space 3 done by this point so that I could actually maybe do Crysis 3 this week. Because I think it'd be a fun playthrough to just joke around and not take it too seriously, and maybe even be surprised if it's a good game. But my health has not been cooperating these past couple of months, and considering that the weather, the temperature continues to change every single day, from cold to hot, to rainy to sunny, who knows? I mean, I'm really hoping this is the end for a while of me being sick, but who really knows? So I apologize for it, but quick recap this week. Dead Space 3 will be ongoing and continuing to upload over the course of the week. Special announcement video, right now my plan is to have that released on Wednesday for you guys. So check for that. And potentially Voodoo's thoughts about the big Sony announcement on Wednesday, if it's worthwhile to make a video on, I will, and put that up either Thursday or Friday, depending on how my uploads go. And then, of course, leave comments on this video if you prefer to see Tomb Raider or God of War Ascension first. Leaning towards Tomb Raider, but I still would like your input, alright? So thank you guys again for bearing with me. If I can stay healthy, I promise you there's going to be good content. I just hope my immune system works. So, for now, I'm Voodoo51292. I'm going to bed. I'm going to get some sleep and hopefully do well on this test tomorrow. And, yeah, I'll see you guys this week. Hopefully with a lot of content if my health cooperates. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.